Okay, so the first card you have you passed is the Knight of Wands. Okay, lots of different things. I'm seeing a few things here. Lots and lots of changes. I'm seeing lots of changes. And I think they were happening on the inside. Yeah, changes on the inside of you. You're definitely changing. You're growing. Spiritually, I think that's what it is. You're growing spiritually. I'm getting a bit of frustration here as well. Frustration inside you. Yeah, I think this is coming up in the past because these changes, I think you've been going through these changes for a long, long time. I think this process started a long time ago. So you're in some kind of phase of that now. That's what I'm getting, or you were at this time. Yeah, it feels like you've always been quite spiritual, actually, even when you were a child. But I think that side of you, it's been increasing definitely over the last few years, last 2 or 3 years. And I think over the last few months, it might have started to increase even more, a lot faster. And so now you're at this increased level. But it's not a good feeling, I have to say. I'm not getting a good feeling. It's quite uncomfortable. It feels like you've kind of ascended up to a point. And yeah, you've moved away from a group of people as well. I can see that as well. There are a lot of people in your past, and it's like they're in a completely different world to you now. It's like they're in one world where you used to be, and now you're in a different one. So you've had to move away from those people, and you've had a lot of struggles over the past few weeks, I think. Yeah, not feeling very good, not feeling yourself, a bit down, going through a lot of things. That means you're going through a time of internal growth. That's what it is. You have the down times and then you have the up times, up and down. It's like a graph. You don't just go, from nothing to fantastic, slowly. You go up and down. That's what happens. You have to experience those downs to appreciate the ups. That's normal. So don't think, oh, what's happening to me? It's normal. Okay, because yeah, just know that that's normal, and just know that you'll come out of this. You really will. You'll come out of this a lot more positive. You might have to do a second, I can't think of the right word, shedding. It's not a very good word, is it? But, shedding of people, getting rid of some people. Oh, that sounds horrible, I know, but I'm not saying just get rid of people, but there are some people that aren't with you, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm seeing 2 people here, 2 specific people. There might be more as well, but 2 main people. You've taken them with you as you've gone up. You've taken them with you. You thought they were aligned with you, but they're not. They're actually behind you, and I think you're realising that now. I'm seeing a lot of low-level behaviour, negative behaviour. Maybe they're negative toward you, but they're definitely negative toward other people, and quite petty as well. Very low level. So you used to be able to operate on that level, and you can't now. You just can't operate on that level now. Because if you look at this knight, he's really chaotic. He's kind of, he's going into battle, but he's not organised. He's not prepared. He's kind of all over the place. And everyone has opponents, everyone has even enemies. It doesn't matter how enlightened you are. We're all human, and, we can't get along with everyone. It's impossible. But it's the way you deal with those people. That's what makes the difference between high-level communication and low-level communication. And they're dealing with people on a low level, a very low level. And I think sometimes, when these 2 people, and there might be more as well, they start talking about, oh, I hate that person, they're this and they're that, and it's all very low level. And you're just like, well, I don't understand why you do, why you're even stressed about that. It's like, I don't understand. It doesn't feel even important to me. Little petty things, like, oh, they said this little thing and I'm really upset, and then they didn't text me twice, they did it once, and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know, whatever it is. And you're like, well, that's just really silly. I don't even know what that's about. So it's like they're speaking a different language. It's like they're speaking a different language. That's what it is. I'm not explaining that very well, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So if this is you, you will move away from these people. You definitely will. I don't know when that's going to happen, because it feels a little bit delicate, actually. It feels like a bit of a delicate operation, almost, because their energy's chaotic, obviously, and so they're difficult. But you'll do this. And I think when you've done that, that'll help you to get out of this kind of down feeling a lot faster, because you won't have that energy around you. So I hope that makes sense to someone. I know it was a bit kind of all over the place, but I'm trying my best. So the next card you have for your past is the Moon. Yeah. Very down, all this kind of down feeling. You know, the Moon's about what's happening on the inside of you. And, you know, it can be depression. I don't think you're going through that, but it's that kind of thing, down that road. Don't start feeling as if you're going backwards if you're going through this rough time. You know, because when you're ascending, and when you're going through the down times, it can be really hard to remember that, you know, there are up times that comes with that. You know, you can get so consumed that you forget. So don't forget that. You know, if you're going down, you're about to go up. And yeah, this is probably a strange analogy, but, you know, when women go through childbirth, obviously there's a lot of pain, but the outcome is hopefully a beautiful one. And, you know, you hear of mothers, you know, once the child's born saying, oh, I feel really happy now. I've forgotten the pain. I'm so happy I've forgotten the pain, or I've forgotten how bad it was. Maybe they remember the pain, but it doesn't feel as bad because they're so happy. So just remember that, you know, if you're going through this, it's going to be worth it. There's a beautiful reward at the end of this. Yeah, I'm getting this as well. There's something else here. You're not exactly where you want to be physically, especially career-wise. You want to be somewhere else. That's what I'm getting. Or you did at this time, because this is in the past. Yeah, I've seen this in some of your other readings as well. I've got this really, really strong feeling here. It's very strong. That you're here to help people, help other people, teach them, maybe even heal people. I don't know how, in some way. I don't know how that is. If that's the case, if that resonates with you, everything you experience, you know, everything you learn, especially bad things, you know, bad feelings, all that, you need to experience that so you can help other people. If you haven't been where they are, if people are hurting, if they're going through things, if you haven't experienced it, you can help them, but you can't do it on as deep a level as if you've experienced it yourself. I'm getting tongue-tied, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, so in your future, you might have already started this, maybe you're planning this, but yeah, it feels like your career is going to be centered around helping people in the future. So think about that as well. The more you experience, the more experience you have, good or bad or whatever, to be able to offer other people help. So yeah, this is really, really beautiful. I love this. This is taking you to a beautiful place in your life. It doesn't feel like that when you're going through the lows, but trust me, you are, if this is you. Okay, so the last card you have, your pasts, the Four of Swords. So yeah, again, when you're in the middle of something like this, it can be really tempting sometimes to just say, forget it, this is too hard. It's too hard, I can't do this, I can't. But you can't go back. Once you've started, you can't go back. Sorry to tell you that. You know, it's like, I just don't want to learn anymore. I don't want to experience anymore. I just want to, you know, go to bed and like this man and watch Netflix or something. You know, it can be really, really overwhelming going through something like this. You do, and isolating as well, because this man's by himself. But yeah, there are some people around you who, I think they're either going through this or they've been through this. Yeah, there's one specific person here. Yeah, they're quite busy, but they're open. I'm seeing someone who's open, they're caring. I think they've had a really interesting experience with this kind of ascension process. So, and it kind of aligns with yours as well. So, if you know who that is, absolutely talk to them. They'll be able to fit you in, even though they're busy. But if you don't know anyone like that, you know, it might just be that your body's telling you to just get some rest. I know that sounds basic when we're talking about all these profound things, but sometimes that's all you need. That's all you need, a physical rest. So definitely get that if that's what you need. And drink lots of water as well. if this is you, that helps as well. Okay, I'm getting something quite literal here as well. It feels like someone's exhausted, resting. They're resting after a battle, after some kind of conflict. Definitely a battle. So if you've had some kind of argument or some kind of run-in with someone, they're exhausted. You've exhausted them. So you're so strong, just know that, if you've exhausted this person. But just watch out, because, watch out, because I think they're thinking, they're thinking something like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do in the next round of this battle? So they're gearing up for the next round, I think. So watch out for that. This is another very low level person, or it might be one of these other people I was seeing in the Knight of Wands or the Moon card or wherever it was. Might be them, or it might be another person, but this is a very low level person, very low level energy, very low level energy. So if they come back, if they try and bother you, or whatever they try and do, don't waste any time engaging with them, because this is low level. You're dealing with higher things. You're going through all this to get yourself up to the next level so you can pull other people up with you. You want to hold people by the hand and pull them up with you and help them. That's what your job is. That's what your job is. If you reach out to them, you're not going to be able to pull them up. They're going to pull you down. Even if you just give them a tiny bit of attention, they'll try and drag you back with them. That's what I'm seeing. So watch out for that person. It sounds like I'm saying, oh, you're better than them. That's not what I mean at all. I'm not saying that at all. No one's better than anyone else. But on a spiritual level, you're in a different place to where they are, totally different place. And they don't want to leave where they are right now. They want to stay where they are, and they want to drag other people back with them. So if you know who this is, I hope you don't actually, but if you do, don't engage with them. Don't engage with them if you can help it. That's very, very heavy. It feels heavy to me. So that's telling me heavy energy, negative energy. Don't deal with them, because you're going upwards. That's where you're going. Okay. All right, so the first card you have your presence, the King of Swords. Yes, okay. Defensiveness, that's what this King's about, defensiveness. There's perception as well. Someone's perceiving something about you. And someone wants to talk to you. I'm seeing that. They want to talk, but they're not doing that. They want to talk, but they're not. That's what I'm seeing, because they're defensive, or they think you are. It's something like that. It feels like they're picking up on energies from you. Yeah, they feel removed from you, actually, emotionally removed from you. There's definitely love here. There's definitely love there. This is someone who loves you, or they feel love for you. They have feelings for you. They're attracted to you. I'm seeing that. But they're acting like this. They're acting like this King. Really defensive. Keeping their emotions to one side, or putting them to one side, I should say. It's like they don't want to let themselves feel. It's like, no, I won't let myself feel, because I do have feelings, but I don't want to let myself feel those feelings, because I'll just get hurt. And I don't know how the other person feels about me, so I won't let myself feel that. That's kind of what I'm getting. If this is all resonating, if you're going through this ascension process, which is what I'm seeing all over this reading, it's obviously a really personal experience. It is for everyone. And when people go through something like that, they usually want to be alone. They want to keep things to themselves so they can process things by themselves. And it can be physically tiring as well. And I was seeing that in the Four of Swords. So it looks like they see you as someone who wants to be away, wants to be by yourself. And they see you like the High Priestess as well. So we'll talk about that here as well. Because the High Priestess, she can be this kind of unobtainable, untouchable woman. She's wise, she's knowledgeable, obviously, spiritual, and she's on this high level. That's where you're getting. You're getting to the level of the High Priestess. And she's above all the things that are going on the earth. She's just above everything. So that's how they feel about you as well. They feel as if you're distant, there's a barrier between you, you're up high, you're not talking to them. They feel as if they can't reach you. They can't reach you. You're keeping to yourself. You know, you're dealing with what's happening on the insides, what's happening to you spiritually, but they can't see what's happening on the insides. They can't see your insides. All they can see is you being distant, holding back, and they're mirroring you, or they're mirroring what they think you're doing. So if you're wondering why someone's being distant, you might not be wondering that, because you're keeping to yourself, you're focused on yourself. But if you're wondering why, that's why. I think they used to contact you a lot, and that's changed. That's changed. So you might be feeling that. I don't know. But if you are, that's why. That's why they're holding back. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. So yeah, the last card you have your presence, the Seven of Swords. Horrible, horrible, horrible card. Okay, I'm seeing this literally, actually. Really literally. Someone wants to take something that's yours. They feel as if they deserve what you have, and that's what stealing is all about, obviously. Taking something that's not yours because you think you should have that. So that's what someone's doing. I'm seeing work here. Yeah, you're really working hard. You're working hard at something. It might not be in a normal workplace situation, actually, because I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I think this is happening remotely. So they're doing something remotely. Someone's trying to use their words. I always see swords as words. You take away the S in swords and you've got words. And words could be used to stab and hurt, which is what's happening here. But yeah, what I'm seeing is they're using words to try and talk about you or discredit you in some way. It might be that they're trying to steal people from you. Yeah, they might be trying to steal your clients, or just talk about you to put people off you or something like that. It's something like that, using their words to steal from you, and it's around work. So that might be what that is. And yeah, I'm getting this really kind of defeated feeling around this as well, a really down feeling. So you might be feeling a bit defeated right now. Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting, kind of like, oh, defeat. They've done this. It's like, oh, they're getting away with this. They're getting away with this. That's what I'm getting. They're getting away with this. If that's how you're feeling, yeah, the first thing I want to point out is you've got some really loyal people, some really, really loyal people around you, especially around this work thing or whatever this says. But yeah, they're not going to get away with this, and I'll show you why that is. Okay, I'm going to lift this up so you can see everything on this card. Okay, so this is why. This is why they're not going to get away with this. If you look at this card, just behind this man, there are two swords sticking up in the ground, and they're stuck in the earth. They're solid. They're not moving. So you've got people around you who know you, they know who you are, and they're going to stick by you. They're stuck in the ground. They're not moving. So just know that. The other thing is, it's really, really tiny. It's a bit hard to see. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, I might put this on my Instagram actually, so you can really see this properly. But yeah, if you look at the swords he's holding, and you look at where they're pointing, they're forming an arrow and they're pointing down. There's a silhouette of a group of people, and they're watching this man. They can see what he's doing, and it looks like someone in the crowd's holding up a sword actually, and they're probably yelling, "Hey, what are you doing?" or something like that. So they're spotted him, they can see him. So other people know this. People can see this. So they're not going to get very far, especially if they're using these kinds of tactics. If people can't see what they're doing now, they will. They absolutely will at some time. It's not going to work for them. I'm not just saying that, it's on this card. That's why I wanted to show you that. They're not going to get away with this. People are seeing what they're doing. So just remember that. Okay, so, that was really heavy as well. So, okay, so with the future, the first card you have, your future, is the Empress. So this is a really peaceful card, much better than that one. So I love this. Beautiful. Look at how peaceful she is. She's resting. She's in comfortable clothes. Okay, so I'm still seeing this dynamic between you and this other person, this love connection. I'm not sure where you are with this actually. I can't quite see whether this is a full-blown relationship or whether it's someone you're just talking to, because the communication isn't happening. It's just not happening, and that's probably why. Because if you're not talking, I can't tell if it's a relationship or what it is. But yeah, it's really frustrating actually, because they have a lot of really, really strong feelings for you, very deep feelings. And, they're a caring person, but they've got this impression of you in their mind that you're not interested or you're holding back or something like that. It might have to be you that opens up to them, because they've really gone backwards, they've really retreated. But there's love there. And the Empress is the caring one, she's the loving one, the nurturing one. So yeah, it might be down to you to open up first, especially if they're coming across as, the King of Swords and you're coming across as the Empress. Big difference between the two. So you're going to have to nurture them, you're going to have to come out if that's the case there. The other thing I'm getting in this card is this teaching, this kind of sharing your knowledge. That's where your future is. I keep on seeing that, helping people like the Empress. She helps people, she cares about people. So I'm not sure how you're going to do that, but I'm definitely seeing a career, a vocation, and it's in your future.